Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to this series on how to build threads from scratch. In today's episode, we're going to get finally started on the one page that we don't have, and that's the search page. I thought about doing messages or mentions next, but messages actually don't, like I said, don't exist in threads. It just pushes you to Instagram, and then mentions also relies on users, so it's like the public-private version of a message. But before I got started on that, I wanted to do search page. And that's because now that we got tags, we got locations, we got users, we got friends, we got it all almost. But now we want to be able to, let's say, click on world and then be able to see all the posts that are tagged with world, or be able to click on test, or be able to click on Mr. 01 pizza and then see all the posts that people have posted recently at that location. Or you could just search in general, so with a search page. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have this search. It's going to be similar to this activity layout. So we're going to have, instead of just follows, replies, we're going to have tags, users, and places, and we could search by each one of those. And on each one of those clicks, it'll have like, I didn't define it here, but we could do like recent or trending tags, or recent users, or recent trending places, or just be able to search in general for those tags, users, and places. But we'll probably just show everything right now because we just don't have enough information right now. Okay, so this lonely search page, the only thing we haven't touched yet. First thing we're going to do is, let's style it actually. Like I said, it's very similar to activity. I can just copy and paste it for now. We are going to have different tabs, tags, users, and places. So it's going to be tags, users, places. We don't have any of these pages right now. Default, return null. None of these exist. Okay, so search. And then we got the same tabs as before. Tags. Do we want to have individual components or just render each one? Yeah, let's just do components. Like I said in the last episode, some of this is copying and pasting, but for for profile specifically. So just like we have in profile, we got index, replies, repost, threads. In activity, we also have replies, reposts. And I just like the naming of it. So these are pretty simple components. There's just one flat list with a different hook, but it's clear of how to find the component that you're looking for. So screens, each one I associated with a different folder. You don't need to do this, but it's just easier to find stuff. Like, okay, I want to go here and I want to find where the hell this Giphy page is. It's just GIF and an index. Or tabs. The big thing is like tabs. I need to find search. Okay, I go to tabs and I go to search, or I go to tabs, profile, and you need to go tabs, profile, replies. So I go to tabs, profile, replies. And we're going to do the same thing for search. Like I said, might be overkill, but whatever. So we're going to do a new file called tags.tsx. And let's see. I think it's just going to be a flat list. Sure, that works for now. We just need something to render, really. Okay, so let's import it from tags. Okay. And let's do default of tags. So that's why I like it. Once you get like the main data structure in place, it's pretty quick to get everything, all the views set up. It's really the data that you have to set up correctly. Okay, so we got search. Let's finish adding the other default pages for right now. So we got search, new file users.tsx, and then places. And then let's import those. And then render them. There should be no default because it'll never get to default. There's only 3 clicks to make, so we're good. We can I actually wanted to do, let's do a VStack. I want to define the page so we can see the title. And I'm also going to want to put like trending places. So this trending will be default. I don't want it that big though. And I don't want it gray either. Sure, that works for now. Trending tags, or yeah, sure. Popular tags, trending tags, whatever, same thing. And then we're not gonna have trending users, maybe just new users. Trending users would be interesting. I guess you could have trending users, people posting a lot. Okay, now we can at least differentiate between the different pages. So the next thing I'm going to do is add this search input. So we're just going to go over to GlueStack. Let's close some tabs. And find our input. So the cool thing about GlueStack is sometimes these icons inside the input are, let's be honest, a pain in the booty to do. But here, we can just copy and paste. Super simple. So we want to put it in the main one. I got search. Here we go. And let's import everything. And let's give it some boundary spacing. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's just put spacing around the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Class name P2. And then I think, yeah, we can remove it down here. It's a little tight, but maybe PY too. Of course, that doesn't work. Why would it work? Whatever, come back to it. Okay, we got 3x. We need some spacing. So we want to make this icon is really close to the edge, and also want to make the corners rounded a little bit. And then I also want to put the background. I wonder if style works. Style equals background color. So annoying. Why wouldn't class name work on that? Okay, so border. I don't want any border. 0, none. Okay. And yeah, I like that better. Style is annoying though. I hate how it's right there. And then the search input field. There's a lot of extra spacing. I just don't know where it's coming from. We got rid of some of it, but of course class name works for that, but it doesn't work for background. Okay, so we got most of what we were looking for. I do want to add some more spacing. It's really tight together. Okay, looking better. Okay, so now we have our main layout. It looks a little different, but you could always fix the main things later. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is do default values for tags, users, and places. So it just shows like the most recent inputs for all of them. Let's start with tags. No, that's not what I want. So let's do const. Do we have a hook for tags yet? I don't think we do. We do not. Okay, let's create a hook. So we get new file, use-tags.ts. Let's just copy another one. Use tags. Get tags. Tags.select. Yeah, we can just select all of them and then order by created date. And yeah, super simple one that will probably update eventually. So let's import use tags and then pass in some data. Yeah, something broke, of course. Okay, because we're trying to render a full object. Unless you stringify it, it's not gonna, yeah. Okay, there we go, awesome. So let's clean this up a little bit. Let's add, some spacing to the whole thing. Better. And then let's do an item separator, import the divider. And then this is going to be pressable. So let's, honestly, I don't know if we need another VStack, but we do need pressable. And then on press, let's just log what we got for now. Console.log item. And let's do size. I want large, bold. Class name, let's do, let's see if this works. Padding. Way too big. 3. What? Dude, why? Some of these styles are so annoying. Okay, so now we have all these tags. What we want to do next is actually be able to click on it and then see posts. So I think how it happens in threads is it goes to another page. Oof, I forget. So we could either actually create another page or just replace this trending tags with, I like the idea of another page actually. So this is search. I guess this is where it makes it a little confusing because search is a page, but places, tags, users are just components. And then I'm going to create another view.tsx. And it's basically going to be the home page, not the home page, not this part, but all of these posts. So you want to loop through the posts with post view with this trending, with this hashtag. So let's create another page. Search view So we got post, places. It's technically posts, TSX, because they're going to show the post for each one. I feel like the post screen search. I'm going to rename this posts. So at screens, tabs, screens, tabs, search, posts, get posts. And then we gotta export something from here. Let's put anything for right now. Posts. So then let's register our route. So I did actually make a change here as well. So instead of doing a custom header, which it kept giving us issues of it centering, actually not centering, that was a problem. And so you could just leverage, instead I just leveraged the current, like the native navigation, and then you're just checking, okay, if it can go back, then show the back button. Otherwise, show the title. For this one specifically, like the user, you could see, actually, let's go to React Native Nerd. There is some white space up here. So I guess ideally you'd want to put this bar right here and like maybe show, I mean, you could still do that, but the main part where I do like it is on a thread. So you can see thread and back button, and this one makes sense. So we're going to do the same thing as here, and we're just going to put posts. So I'm just going to use this component. Okay. And then let's add a button to go there. So tags. So let's do router.push. I don't want to do that. I mean, you can't, that will work, but I like, let's try this again. Yes. Path name, post. I mean, that previous version of just tags or tag equals does the same thing, but obviously this way is nicer, more concise, easier to read. So let's set the params with the tag name. Yeah, I think that's right. But we gotta import router. That would help. Item.name. Yeah, the screen doesn't exist apparently, but because I think we gotta just reset. Remember, a new file. You should probably just restart the server, or else it's not gonna like it. Yeah, so like I was saying, we could either just click on this post and then replace like this section here with a list of posts. But I like keeping it. It's not super clear then how you get back to the regular tags. So I like having it in a separate post. Okay, so we got use tags, and then on posts, we're gonna have to query on those tags. This has been happening on a white screen from nowhere. It only happened since I upgraded to Expo 52. Okay, so we want to import, while that's reloading, let's import use post, and then const data use post, and then remember we want to do filters. And so we'll recover this real quick because we used, actually let's make sure this route works. Data tags, man, I'm losing where I'm at. Search this. Okay. I don't know why posts. Oh, maybe we need a safe area view actually. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we click on one of these technically. So now we should be able to get local search params. Let's comment this out first. Make sure we get the tag console.log tag. Yes, yo. Okay, so now we want to be able to get the posts off of this. So we're gonna have to change this a few times. So maybe this isn't the structure we end up going with, but for right now to get this working. So let's go to use posts. So remember we changed it to an array of filters, so we get filter on multiple items. So we do key value type. So you want to do the key is tag name. So we only have 2 tags, so hopefully I clicked the right one. Let's do yo. The other tags are just me testing. The value would be hashtag yo, and then we would do a type of equals. So let's go back to posts. So key value tag. So key is tag name, value is tag as string, and then equals, and then show this data. And we already have a view, so we're just going to do a post view. So remember, like I said, basically the same thing from the home page. So it says loading, refetch, post view, divider. Honestly, we could just copy and paste this. And then we could import refetch and is loading. We could import divider, and we can import post view. Hey, look at that. Okay, let's make this background white, peachy white. One of the few times this styling actually works. Let's get rid of this. And then actually we don't even need the VStack since we have the safe area view. And then remove this tag. Okay, sweet. So now let's create another post with this. This is another test post. Hashtag yo. Does it have 2 yos? What? Yo. Okay. Oh, actually, there's another thing I want to do. I want to be able to click this. Right now I can't click it, but let's make sure it shows up first. Yep, there we go. So now we can see both the posts with yo, and it's ordering by the most recently created. Sweet. And none of these are going to show other ones. You could actually update the header to show like the specific tag that you're searching for. But we're going to want to do the same thing for users and places. But actually, since it is its own page, now I like this a lot better. Now that it is its own page, it's easier to go from this main homepage to that search subpage. So what I mean by that is, let's just copy and paste what we have from tags. I'm not gonna lie, having everything named the same is really starting to confuse me. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. So we have this Presto event. It's gonna go to path name posts and pass in the tag item.name. And then ChatGPT is trying to mess us up because that's not right. So let's copy and paste. Let's just use this router actually. Router.push, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing. And then we could go to post view, so our shared component. And then we have user. We can click to user. We can have, and then we have this text array. Okay, so we have this text array. Input. Okay, so this is where we do it. So we're rendering text. We're looping through the array of text and then rendering. Since we're rendering this as build, we're already separating out this component in its own thing. So we can actually just do Let's make this cleaner actually. We do a pressable. And then router.post, params, tag. I want to make sure the tag is right. So it starts with part.tag. Honestly, that should work actually. I'll just change the spacing a little bit. That's weird. I would have to put this. It's yelling at us for the unique key. So let's just move this key onto pressable. It has to be on the parent item. And let's reload. There's some phantom spacing on this pressable event. But if we click on this, hey, look at that. That's cool. I actually like that a lot better because before when I had it would go to this page and then it wasn't clear. It would replace this part. I like this a lot better actually. So now we get, if we see a post that we're interested in, we could see other posts with that same tag. Okay. And then users actually will be simple as well because users will go, I don't know if we want to show users or actually the post of the user. Actually, this one is going to be different. We're going to show the actual user. And we already have that page in place. So just like you click on this, we're going to use this page. And then places doesn't exist either. Okay, so we got one of them working. Now let's do users. So users, I keep having to think what page we're on. Oh man, users. Okay, so we already have, I think, a user hook. But I don't think it returns all the users, it just returns one. Two ways from user select where the ID equals the user ID. We could just modify this actually to do get users. It's not going to pass in an ID. It's just going to get all the users created. What just happened? And then order by created date. And then here, we can start adding this actually. We do limit at 20. And then return data. And then here we have to make this optional. Although if we have to make it optional, then that might be empty. Actually, that's fine. Okay, so if user ID get user, otherwise call get users. This does not like that. It's yelling at us, but I think it'll still work. Now I'm curious. Use user, get users, get user. Okay, let's see if it works. Const use user, import it. Not going to pass anything in. Yeah, it does. It still works, but okay, so we only have 2 users, so let's just render those users. And the format we want is similar to this one. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we could add follow, unfollow, and then just make it clickable as well. So we could turn this into a component if we want, but let's see how complicated it is. So activity follows. Yeah, we want to turn this into a component. So honestly, this file should be called profile, and then we should create another one called user, because it'd be a user row. New file, user dash. I could do user row .tsx, because that's what it is. And then I think we could restart this now. Where is it? Activity follows. Let's just copy this whole thing for now. And then in here, it's going to be okay, so we should have all the same functionality, but then we're going to have to pass in the information. This is where it's going to be a little different. So we're going to have to pass in this following data because we don't want to call it every single time. But we still want to, we could still keep follow and unfollow user in here, I think. But it has no idea of an item. Did we pass an item? Nope. Let's just get this to view for a second. Just gonna remove all this for now. So we got item.date, following data. Let's comment this out for now. Okay, so we got user row. I mean, we could try to replace this one to see. Actually, no, let's start with user, because if it doesn't work out, then I don't have to touch the other page. Okay, search users. Let's import user row. We're going to loop through the user row and pass in the item, which would be the user. Yeah, of course we got an error. We got an error in user row. Let's see, too many brackets. Not bad, but here it's a little different because it's not item. It would be, it's not item. So this is the user. User dot created at user dot created at. Are we getting the right user? No, undefined. Okay, so what's going on? What's going on? Let's go back to search users, data, item. Oh, just gotta rename it. Hey, that's an easy fix. Okay, so we got that. So I'm gonna put item separator, import divider, put some spacing. It's ugly, but, and then our photo is not coming through. What did we do wrong there? Oh, okay, just needs a reload. Interesting. And then we don't, oh, it is a little different, shit. We could import our following data, and we're importing it. We could pass it down, const following, use following, and it's going to be our user ID. And then we can put following data. I don't really think we need to refetch it. It's not that important. User row, following data. That's why we put refetch following there. Got it. Following data. And we could uncomment out follow and unfollow user. We do want to pass in, I guess, this refetch following. And then fix this item. It's no longer an item. Okay. So we don't want to show we don't want to show if it's us though. So we can do, since we could pass in multiple queries, which is nice. But now let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. TBD on if I actually want to replace this section because it is a little different as we saw, but maybe that's a cleanup thing. So now we got tags, users, places. Oh, other thing we want to do is make this clickable. So let's just make this whole. Why is this in a VStack? I don't know. Pressable. Replace the VStack. Unless it breaks something, which sure as hell might. And then we want to go to this user. So we're going to go /user and then pass in the user ID of user, not auth user. Hey, look at that. That's nice. So now we got tags, goes to this. We got users, goes to that user page. And then places, we want to do the same thing as tags. So, but of course, getting the places instead. So one more. Let's do honestly, let's do the same thing. So got places. Oh, the whole thing's in the stack. Okay. Let's pass an empty array for now. Import everything. We got to import trending places. And then we got to remove this for now. Return null. Or else it's going to yell at us. And then we got to create a use places hook, which we have. So this is, we have a use places hook, but see, look, why is this one yelling at us, but the other one wasn't? Huh. Okay, so use places, we get search and then get nearby, but these are querying both the Google Places API. I do not want to put it in here, but I do want to create another one. So let's do get or use naming again. Locations.ts. Honestly, this one should be use places. Dude, I'm renaming this one. Locations. Use locations. And why, you might ask? And that's because places is our database name, so it just makes more sense to put places. use locations, and then we're also passing in location here. Yeah, that definitely makes more sense. Okay, so now let's use places for what we need. So let's do const get places. No, let's get places equals. There we go. So let's make this async function. Let's fix everything. So use places and get places. We're going to query our database of places. What's the table name again? Prisma. Place. Just place. Gets place, select all, essentially, but order by, created at, and then limit 10. Sure. Response, no, let's do data and error. And then we're going to return get place. Oh, does that work without? I guess we're not passing anything. Oh, maybe. Is that what it was? No. I don't know. Okay, so let's do places. Place data. Remove this null. Hopefully it doesn't error out on us. This router is going to be different. It's going to be post and then place. It's going to be place ID. And then item.name. Let's see if this works. Hey, look at that. This was a little surprised. It worked on the first try. Okay, so now we got to pass in this place ID. So remember the safe area view. Now we got to account for different types of params. Place ID. And then we need to do if tag, otherwise place ID, tag place ID, as string equals, what's the place? Yeah, place ID. Okay. So this one we only have 2 places. I think it's Mr. Oh, we got 3 places. Okay. Mr. Oh, wow, I did do 2 places. Oh, okay, because of repost, that's why. Sweet. But they're both the same thing. I don't think anything else has anything. Okay, let's make sure tag still works. This. Yo. Okay. Now we got all the same functionality for search. So that's why I waited to the very last episode to do search, because basically everything is reliant on all the data structures being there already, and then it's just plug and play from there. But we have our 2 different sections where you go back and forth, and then we do have to update this search section, but this is a long video already, but all the main functionalities here already. The rest is just okay, searching tags. We only have so many tags, so this is not gonna, it's not gonna reduce the items down that much. We only have 1 user here and then 3 places here, so we'll follow up on the search, but everything else is there for the page, the user, and I like the consistency between the post and the user because they are 2 different ones. And we could navigate from here as well. Oh, let's do one more thing actually. Let's be able to click this one as well, this Mr. 01. So to get there, we need to do, so we have tags, places. It's going to be the same route as this. Inside of post view, we go to location or place. And then this is going to wrap this baby in a pressable event. And then pass in the place ID. item.place.name. So I think it's going to be item.place.id. Let's see. No. Was that right before? Oh yeah, it was. Interesting. Okay. Place.name. Place ID should still work, but either way, it works now. So now we can navigate to posts from the tag. We can navigate to the post from the location. And yeah, we only have one location, so that's all that's going to show. We have our search page. We got users. We got tags. So in the next episode, we're going to get to mentions and messages. So it's basically new functionality because messages doesn't exist in Threads as the way that we're going to do it, at least. So I hope you join for the next one. See you next time. Peace.